to the Black History Month read-in. I first want to thank each of you for joining us here today in celebration of Black History Month. I also want to say a special thank you to the Milwaukee Public Library for always being such a great partner in this annual Black History Month read-in. I hope that you and your family are staying safe. Normally, this event is a physical in-person event in partnership with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic and the spread of COVID-19, we are not able to do the event in person, but we decided to still celebrate Black History Month in our special way virtually. So today, you'll have some treats. There'll be some great local authors who will read their books, as well as a couple of authors from other parts of the country. We have some community leaders who will also be reading books by and about African Americans. The authors are everyone from teachers to athletes to healthy food advocates to representatives from the Youth Council to doctors who will be sharing books on topics ranging from pride and self-worth and growing up in the community to how to deal with COVID and not being able to see some of your friends during this time. I hope that each of you truly enjoyed this celebration of literacy that is done in recognition of the 31st Annual National African American Read-In. That's right. In cities across the country, there are celebrations of Black history and literacy nationally, just like what we're doing here in Milwaukee. And 6 of you lucky young people, after you hear the books today, if you email my office at mcogs@milwaukee.gov, once again, that's mcogs@milwaukee.gov, and let me know which book you like the most and why. There are 6 prizes I will be giving out to 6 lucky viewers here today. So again, thank you, and I hope you enjoy this Black History Month read-in. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. My name is Ajamu Butler, founder of Heal the Hood Milwaukee and author of Destined to Be Me children's books. Today I'm going to be reading from both of my books, and I hope that you lovely people enjoy today's material. So we're going to start with the young ladies book because I'm a firm believer that we let the ladies go first. We open the door for the ladies. We let them go first doing things. So we're going to read the book for girls first. Okay. My crown. My hair grows, aiming at the sun. My curls dance around my head. My curls are having so much fun. My nappy roots tell a story of riches and glory. I love what's on my head. Knowledge of self teaches me that I'm a queen. Love your hair no matter what. That's what my mama said to me. Locks, afros, cornrows, non-stop. My hair grows, aiming at the sun. My curls dance around my head. My curls are having so much fun. This one's called I Love My Mommy. How many of y'all out there love y'all mommy? You love your mommy? I love mine too. My mommy always told me that I would grow up and be a queen. My mama told me that I am the most beautiful flower she has ever seen. My mommy keeps me safe, and she makes me feel better when I'm sick. My mommy told me that one day I will own my own businesses and be rich. My mommy has beautiful brown skin. My mommy is my best friend. I love my mommy. My daddy is my hero. And then we got a little coloring page. So if you happen to get your hands on a copy of Destined to Be Me children's book, let's see your artistic skill and add some color to this visual here. My daddy is funny. My daddy is strong. My daddy helps me with my homework. My daddy loves me all day long. My daddy is smart. He knows how to cook good food too. My daddy drops me off every day at school. My daddy likes jazz, and he likes to go to the park. My daddy is my friend because he loves me with all his heart. My daddy has been my hero from the start. This one is called When I Grow Up. When I grow up, what a great woman I'll be. I'll be educated and bold, and I will succeed. When I grow up, I will travel the globe. When I grow up, I will own my own businesses and homes. When I grow up, I might become a politician or maybe a biologist and study plants. I am unstoppable. When I grow up, I will stick to my successful plan. All about positive affirmations and speaking life unto yourself. I am. I am a warrior like Rosa Parks. I am a queen like Nefertiti. I am happy and I love myself from my hair to my feet. I am a daughter. I am a friend. I am a scholar indeed. I am a child of God who can overcome anything. I am perfectly me. And then, guys, we're going to the glossary because I'm big on understanding words. I'm big on understanding what it is that you're reading. So when you get your copies of Destined to Be Me children's books, in the back you will see a couple of pages with glossaries so that you can learn some of the key words and key terms. We have our pictures in the back again, and then we have a contact us page. Now we're going to pull up that second flex. We're going to pull out the second flex, Destined to Be Me children's books for young boys. And this one is written by Ajamu Butler, yours truly. And it is illustrated just as the other book is by my good friend Jasmine West. Let's see what Destined to Be Me for boys has in store. Let's see if we can work out. Boom. I love my skin. I love my skin. I'm a caramel king. I love my blackness, yes indeed. My parents always tell me that the sun has kissed my skin. They even taught me all about the richness of my melanin. They say my hair is divine and tell me I should love my color because it's uniquely mine. I love my skin because I'm a chocolate colored king. I love my blackness, yes indeed. And look at that crown, king. King house, yes. Oh, look at them, they so cute. They so cute, they look gaps. My mom is the best. My mom is the best. She is so kind. She makes sure we are safe and she gets me to school on time. I love my mom. She is so funny. When I do my chores without her asking, she always gives me money. My mom is so smart and she has a huge heart. My mom always draws with me because she loves art. My mom is the best. She is so kind. I have met a lot of moms, but none like mine. I love my daddy. My daddy told me that we are kings. My daddy told me that I can grow up and do anything. My daddy told me to always be kind. My daddy reads to me a lot. He says it'll strengthen my mind. My daddy has locks just like me. My daddy is a great cook because he knows my family likes to eat. My dad is my friend. He keeps me safe. My dad keeps a smile on my face. My daddy told me that we are kings. My daddy told me I can grow up and do anything. Oh, I like this one too, when I grow up. When I grow up, what a great man I'll be. Maybe I will own some land and be a farmer. Maybe I will travel the world and speak. I might want to build my own school and teach. When I grow up, I will own businesses and homes. When I grow up, I will take care of my family. When I grow up, I will be the best man that I can be. When I grow up. Ooh, then we got another coloring page for our young artistic people. And it says leader on the glove. It says leader right there on the glove. And this poem is called I Am. I am love. I am light. I am a leader who will always put up a fight. I am growing. I am learning. I will always do right. I am a child of God with cocoa brown skin. I am a son, I am a brother, and I am a friend. I am perfectly me, right? And then we flow into our glossary section so that we can make sure we are learning our words. And then we have a section that repeats the different pictures that we saw throughout the book. And then we have a contact page. So again, family, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and tapping in. This is Ajamu Butler, founder of Heal the Hood and author of Destined to Be Me children's books.
Hi everyone, my name is Nia Aboate and I am an author and I'm also a triathlete. And today I'm going to read to you I Am a Triathlete by Nia Aboate and Adriel Mecca. Reading was something Nia really enjoyed. She would choose printed books over digital toys. Comfy and cozy in her favorite nook, Nia was often surrounded by so many books. Treasuring the smell of a new book in her hands, she would often start reading and forget she made plans. The library was where Nia spent most of her time. Each book that she would read would help sharpen her mind. That's where she first saw it, written in bold, on bright colored paper tucked in a book's fold. One sheet of paper with edges a bit frayed. Nia started to read it, but what did it say? Come swim, come bike, come run. A triathlon is so much fun. She paused for a moment and started to think, what if I try something new, she said with a wink. Dozens of thoughts went through Nia's head, but then she remembered all the stories she'd read. Tales that had challenges and poems about pain, stories filled with courage and some filled with gain. A triathlon could be difficult. She could try and then fail. So Nia took a deep breath and some time to exhale. A click on her phone, and there was the sight. She would talk with her family and sign up that night. She scurried the internet and checked out some books. She came across a video she could not overlook. The inspirational video planted a seed and reflected the pressure we all feel to succeed. The more Nia watched, the more she learned that courage is not given, it's only earned. If she trained and prepared, there would be no reason to despair. She could define what's success by showing up and doing her best. Nia checked her calendar and made a plan. The very next day, her training began. So excited. But that excitement turned to regret. When she fell off her bike and got very upset, she wasn't even sure she wanted to try anymore. Every day she trained, her muscles were sore. Pushing past her aches and her pains to become an athlete, Nia got back on her bike the very next week. A triathlon includes 3 parts, not just one. She still needed to train for the swim and the run. Each step of her training made her feel so alive as she started enjoying being outside. Sometimes she would walk, sometimes she would run, but she just kept on moving each mile that was done. Nia practiced transitioning from her bike to her run, improving her time as she practiced each one. Nia thought of the video about being her best, that if she kept training, she'd soon see progress. But training to swim did not come with ease. The thought of drowning made her weak at the knees. She sat at the edge with tears in her eyes and tried her very best not to cry. No, she said with new determination, I won't let this challenge steal my motivation. I won't stop until I'm done. I will practice really hard. I will overcome. Weeks went by as her training increased. Just thinking about the triathlon made her heart skip a beat. The day of the triathlon, it was quite a busy scene as everyone gathered to organize their things. Naya took a deep breath to help calm her fears and carefully set about preparing her gear. Ready, set, go, Naya took off in stride, determining to leave all her fears behind. First the swim, then the bike, and finally the run. Naya was close to the finish line. Her challenge was nearly done. Crossing the finish line filled Naya with pride. Just remembering when she started to race, she felt terrified. As soon as she looked at her medal, she started to say, if I put my mind to it, I can find a way. Today I'm a triathlete. Tomorrow, who knows? Maybe one day I will challenge the pros. Nothing compared to the medal in her hand as she thought about all the hardships she had to withstand. Naya thought about the morning she had to get up to train, sometimes having to train in the rain. Naya thought about what happens when you have the will to try something new to increase your skills. Naya spent weeks in the pool and time in the gym just to conquer her fear. Naya pulled out her phone and reflected on the day. She hit record and started to say, weeks ago, I would never believe that being a triathlete was something I could achieve. All of the planning and reading of books, scouring the internet, and the labor it took. As I look at my medal, what a success. Simply by showing up and doing my best. Never underestimate how your life might unfold when you try something different, when you try something bold. Change only happens when you try and explore by saying yes to adventure when it knocks on your door. Naya shared the video and she was surprised as it soared, but it gave her an idea that she really adored. Having learned firsthand of the effort it took, Naya was inspired to write her own swim, bike, run book. The end. Well, thank you, everyone. That was the reading of I Am a Triathlete by Nia Aboate, illustrated by Adriel Mecca. Thank you all. Bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ebony Lewis, and I am the author of Dear Black Boy, It's Okay to Cry. Thank you for joining us. I will be reading my book today. Just also want to highlight that the amazing illustrator is Miss Jasmine Grant, who is a Milwaukee native as well as myself. So definitely want to shout her out. And I will get right into it. So my dedications, my book is dedicated to Deontay, DJ, and Daxon. May you always have the strength and courage to be unapologetically you. To my daddy, Robert Jasper Haynes Jr., for all that you have taught me. I pray this message will save boys and men like you. To Bryce, dear cousin, may your soul continue to rest peacefully. I wish I could have given you this message sooner. This book is for Black boys, all boys, girls, men, and women who have ever suppressed how they feel at the hands of being strong. Take the time to feel all the feels. Your emotions are nothing to hide. That's how you know you're human. That's how you know you're real. Dear Black boy, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to hurt. That's how you know you're human. That's how you know you're real. It's all right to let it out, to scream and shout, to talk about what's going on inside. Don't pretend that nothing bothers you or that your pain doesn't count. You have no need to hide. Dear young man, it's cool to be confident in who you are and what you know. It's cool to learn and it's cool to try. It's the only way your mind will grow. You have the ability to be whatever you dream. Don't be fooled by circumstances or the way things seem. Expressing your emotions does not make you weak. It's okay to be open, so stand up and speak. Or write it down, even hug it out if you really want to. The truest thing that you can be in this life is you. Dear Black boy, do you know you are a king? Do you realize that you are in charge of your destiny? Stand tall, head high, be proud, and say what's on your mind. Don't be afraid to live in your royalty. It's all right to admit that you need love and affection. It's all right to admit that you need protection from this sometimes scary world. It's okay to give in, just never give up. Dear future king, please remember you are not the mistakes of those who came before you or the image others have painted over time. You are the master of your life. You come from magic, strength, and power. Embrace all that you are. The past and the pain, the joy and the rain will eventually lead you to your dream. Dear young man, you have the ability to love out loud, to stand up and be proud of who you are inside and out. Your shade, your style, your swag, and soul are so much more than what the eye can see. Please ignore the names you hear. You are not weak, you are not a punk, and you are not a sissy simply for wanting to be loved or crying when you are hurt. You are human, and in your tears is a story of triumph in a world that has confused being emotional with being a girl. Dear Black boy, embrace your emotions. Admit that you hurt, that life isn't fair. It's okay to admit that you are broken. You can't fix the things you don't reveal. Your peace is your power, and your happiness is your weapon. Your tears are how you heal. Take some time to close your eyes and dream of something more. Look at the glow of the stars, the hope in the clouds, then dust off your broken wings and soar. Dear Black boy, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to hurt. That's how you know you're human. That's how you know you're real. And when the tears are gone, remember to always stand strong. Dear Black boy, be brave, be bold, and confident in who you were designed to be. Joy is the sound of your new song. The end. Thank you all for joining me for the reading of my book, Dear Black Boy, It's Okay to Cry. Once again, my name is Ebony Lewis. I am the author of Dear Black Boy, It's Okay to Cry. I enjoyed this time with you all today. Have a great evening.
Hi there, Raina Andrews here, author of the book Alex McGreen and the Tale of the Mysterious Kale. What a treat for you we have in store for Black History Month. Today I'm going to read my book, Alex McGreen and the Tale of the Mysterious Kale, which is about a 10-year-old girl who saves her 5th grade science class with kale. Are you ready to hear it? Yes, she saves her 5th grade science class with kale. How could that happen? Kale as a gateway veggie? Let's see. Alex McGreen and the Tale of the Mysterious Kale. Just as Alexandra McGreen and her classmates opened their science books on the first day after winter break, the loudspeaker crackled. Welcome back to Sunnyview, students, the principal's voice boomed. Unfortunately, lead has been found in the school's water, so you're being sent home with notes informing your parents that school is closed until further notice. Alex's shoulders slumped as she looked at her classmates. Unfortunately, Tyler exclaimed, no school is good news. How long do you think it'll be closed? Rachel asked as they headed home, but no one knew. Hey, Ladybug, Grandpa said when Alex walked in the door. You're home mighty early. Sunnyview is closed, Alex said, giving him the note. There's lead in the water. All afternoon, Alex and her friends called and texted each other, but no one had a clue about how lead got in the water or how long school would be closed. At dinner that evening, Alex's dad suggested seeing if the TV news had any more information. An investigation is underway to determine if lead found in Sunnyview Elementary School's water supply is related to underground pipe replacement work in the area, the news anchor said. Why is that bad? Alex asked. Lead can poison people, especially children, and make them sick, her mom said. Residents and businesses within a 5-mile radius of the school, the news anchor continued, are advised to use bottled water filters, drink bottled water, and maintain a nutritious diet with lots of fresh fruits and dark leafy vegetables. Leafy greens like kale and spinach? Alex said. Yes, Grandpa replied, taking a bite of his salad. That's exactly it. Grandpa told Alex that when he was growing up, his family grew vegetables in their home garden. We ate a lot of fresh veggies and were very healthy, he said. Then the nearby town of Greenville learned that lead might be contaminating the town's water source. We shared our produce with the people in Greenville until their water problem was solved. But how would that help with lead poison? Asked Alex. Well, veggies contain lots of vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin C and iron, that can reduce the amount of lead that might stay in people's bodies, Dad said. Mom, let's go to the store and buy some kale, Alex said. We can help my classmates just like Grandpa helped the people in Greenville. Okay, her mom said, right after dinner. At the store, however, the produce bins were empty. I can't believe they're sold out of everything, Alex wailed. The store clerk shook his head. Produce has never flown off our shelves this quickly, he said. Every grocery store in Sunnyview is out. How did you do? Alex had asked when she and her mom got home. Terrible, Alex replied. They were out of everything. We can grow our own kale, Grandpa said. How? Alex said. We built a machine in my basement workshop that will let us grow food year round. He tore off a sheet of paper from the notebook and gave it to her. Here, he said, find these things around the house and bring them to me. An hour later, Alex ran down the basement stairs with the items on Grandpa's list. Great job, Alex, Grandpa said, rolling out his growing machine blueprint. I already have these kale seedlings started. He pointed to a shelf full of pods under a light. Then he handed her a bottle labeled Grandpa Special Grow Mix. I also made my special elixir to speed up the growing process. How do you use this, Grandpa? Alex said, shaking the bottle. Wait, Grandpa said, a little of this goes a long way. We'll dilute 1 drop of this to 16 ounces of water and spray it on our plants in the morning. Alex said. Then what? Magic happens, Grandpa replied with a grin. I'll have to make just a few more tweaks to our growing machine, so off to bed with you. By the time you wake up in the morning, everything will be complete. Alex headed to her bedroom and put on her pajamas. In bed, though, she couldn't stop thinking about Grandpa's growing machine. Maybe she can get a head start on it. When everyone was asleep, she crept out of bed and walked down the basement stairs. There, she stopped in awe. Bright lights from Grandpa's machine beamed on the kale seedlings. On the workbench beside the machine sat Grandpa's Special Grow Mix. Maybe, Alex said, picking up the bottle, we can get a head start. Since Grandpa had said the elixir needed to be diluted, she started towards the sink. But she tripped and the bottle went flying. Half of the undiluted bottle elixir spilled on Grandpa's kale seedlings. Oh no, Alex exclaimed, dropping the bottle. She ran upstairs and jumped into bed. In the morning, Alex was so upset about ruining Grandpa's kale seedlings and wasting his growing elixir, she hardly touched her breakfast. Come on, Ladybug, Grandpa said. I'm excited too. Let's go spray our plants with my special elixir. Alex trailed after her grandpa to the basement. What would he say when he saw the plants? Halfway down the stairs, though, their jaws dropped. Growing up to meet them was a giant wall of kale. Wow, Grandpa explained. I've never seen anything like this. How did our kale grow so fast? Alex stared at him with huge round eyes. As Grandpa worked his way through the kale toward the growing machine, he stepped on a half-empty elixir bottle. Picking it up, he looked at Alex. You wouldn't know what happened to the rest of our elixir, would you? It looks like it got over the plants in the growing machine. How would that have happened? He asked. Alex looked at the floor. It was me. I came down in the middle of the night to get a head start on watering our plants, but I tripped and spilled the elixir on them. Grandpa examined the plants and scratched his head. What you did was an accident, Alex, but it sped up the growing process by 100%. Our kale is now fully grown. Wow, Alex exclaimed, picking up some kale. Grab some baskets and let's start harvesting, Grandpa said. Mom was surprised too. What are we going to do with all this? She asked when Alex and Grandpa plunked 4 baskets of kale on the kitchen counter. We'll give them to my classmates whose parents couldn't buy any at the store, Alex said. They may not eat it, Mom said. Not everybody likes fresh kale. How else can you eat it? Alex asked. Let's see. Mom said, pulling out her recipe cards and flipping through them. You like smoothies, right? Yes, Alex said. You like chips, right? Mom asked. Sure, Alex said. You like cookies, right? Alex nodded and licked her lips. Let's make some treats for your friends, Mom said. Alex, you be the taste tester. This is delicious, Alex said, sipping the green kale smoothie her mom whipped up. Oh, this is tasty, she announced, munching a kale chip her mother baked. Wow, this is great, she exclaimed, nibbling on a kale cookie warm from the oven. My friends are going to love these. That evening, Grandpa drove Alex and her mom to Alex's friends' homes with packages of cookies, chips, smoothies, and some fresh kale. The next day, the McGreen's phone rang nonstop. Everyone's calling to thank Alex and her mom and to get Miss McGreen's recipes. Johnny would never eat kale, but he ate all your kale chips, Johnny's mom said. Rachel would never drink anything green, her dad said, but she asked for another kale smoothie just this morning. You know, Tyler loves sweets, Tyler's mom said, so your kale cookies were a hit. A week later, Alex and her classmates opened their science books at Sunnyview. The lead problem in the school's water wasn't solved yet, but filters had been installed on the water fountains and spigots and bottled water was available. I wish the lunchroom served kale chips, John said. Yeah, and kale cookies, Tyler said. Maybe if we give them recipes, the lunch workers will make them, Alex said. The end. What do you think will happen next? Did you enjoy the story of Alex McGreen and the Tale of the Mysterious Kale? If you'd like a copy, you can go to healthyfoodmovement.com. Thank you. This has been a special reading for Black History Book Month of Alex McGreen and the Tale of the Mysterious Kale. Thank you for your time and attention. And remember, anyone at any age can cause their own healthy food movement. Bye-bye now.
To give you a sample of one of our story to tell books. So we're going to share it with you today. I Am a Boy of Color.
When I look into a mirror, I see creativity, an image of all that could be.
When I look into a mirror, I see possibility, the range of my ability.
When I look into a mirror, I see love for others and also for me.
When I look into a mirror, I see honor, images of those who came before.
When I look into a mirror, I see joy, smiles, laughter, and giggles galore.
When I look into a mirror, I see intelligence, a thirst for knowledge.
What do you see when you look at me?
Please see me.
I'm unique.
I'm free.
I'm caring.
I am proud.
I'm happy.
I'm smart.
I am a boy of color.
Hi, I'm Dr. Melena Banks.
And I am Dr. Miriam Jernigan Noesi, and we will be reading our book,
I miss my friends.
Boring, Malika whined when she found Carter hiding in the exact same spot for the millionth time. Can we please play something else? Okay, teased Carter, but first, you have to find Bradley. I am so over this, said Malika. She slumped down next to her mom in a huff. Mom put the phone down and asked, "What's the matter, Malika?" Before Malika could answer, Dr. B walked by and waved. Dr. B is a psychiatrist in the community center around the corner, and she walks by almost every day on her lunch break. Mom waved back. "How are you doing today, Dr. B?" Malika half waved and mumbled, "Hey, Dr. B." After all, she did not want to appear rude. "I'm good, just trying to stay positive during this pandemic. My patients need me, and I'm happy to be able to help them. We have to help each other make it through," said Dr. Bakes through her mask. Mom put on her mask and walked a bit closer to Dr. B. She made sure to stay a safe distance and then said, "I hear you. We're all just trying to make it. We're doing the best we can, but it's hard." Dr. B noticed Malika moping. It looks like she's had enough of this whole virus thing. She's not her usual happy, bubbly self. Mom agreed. She is definitely not herself these days. I've tried talking to her, but she doesn't say much. She spends a lot of time alone in her room. I practically have to beg her to come outside. Dr. B was concerned, but she had an afternoon full of virtual appointments with her patients. She promised to follow up with Mom later. Just before dinner, Dr. B called Mom for a video conference. Dr. B asked, "How was Malika this afternoon?" Mom sighed. "The same. Mopey, sad. I don't know if she's depressed or what. She's been on and off like this for a while. I just don't know what to do." Dr. B suspected Malika's mood had something to do with the changes due to the pandemic and being at home in the quarantine. She wanted to find out for sure. "Do you think she'd talk to me?" asked Dr. B. "It's worth a shot," said Mom.
Malika reluctantly agreed to talk with Dr. B. Mom left the room and closed the door behind her so they had some privacy. Dr. B said, "Hi, Malika. You don't seem like yourself. You didn't seem like yourself before. I wondered if I could help. Do you want to talk about how you're feeling?" "I don't know. I guess I'm okay. I mean, I feel fine." Malika tried to find the words to describe how she felt. "It's just that being stuck at home all the time is so boring." "I see. It is hard to be stuck at home and it can get boring," said Dr. B. "Are there any activities you like to do with your brothers?" "Not really," said Malika. She reminded Dr. B that Carter and Bradley were much younger and they were boys, so they just wanted to play the same games all the time. Malika wanted to play with kids her age. She wanted to do activities that she liked. "I miss my friends," she admitted. So that is a quick snippet of our book, I Miss My Friend, for the read along. And I'd also like to add that Dr. Banks and I have included in the last page of the book. So we thought we'd read some of the caretaker and parental tips to give you an idea, in addition to the text of the book, some of the recommendations we have for thinking about the emotional well-being of youth. Notice and really pay attention to any changes in your child's behavior, whether that's related to their sleeping or eating routines. You can certainly intervene, start a conversation, figure out what's happening and why. And we absolutely think that this book, and we've received feedback that this book is one way to do so. Think about adjustment. So everyone should try to be flexible and creative. And I think that's something to really remind the entire family and for caretakers to also make note of. Virtual connections can help, as we saw with Malika. She continues to brainstorm about activities that may be of interest and really encourage connection. We are all in many ways disconnected. And so scheduling regular virtual check-ins with either your child's friends, right? Remembering that even if they have siblings, they have their own circle of support that they're used to. So encourage children to communicate with their friends through social media, through phone, through video chat, or even to write letters and send them through snail mail. Thank you.
All right. Were those some great books or what? You know, our time here is coming to an end, but I couldn't end without saying thank you. Thank you to the Milwaukee Public Library again for the partnership. Thank you to our guest readers, Ms. Jada Webb, the 6th District Youth Council representative, as well as the NAACP Youth Council president, Priscilla Cox Jones, community activist and dear cousin of mine, and also to the authors. Those were some awesome books. Thank you to the authors for sharing their talents and love of the written word with us here today. Thank you, Miss Deanna Singh. Thank you, Ajamo Butler. Thank you, Miss Raina Andrews. Thank you, Nia Abotate. Thank you, Miss Ebony Lewis. And thank you to two dear friends of mine from my college days at Fisk University, Dr. Melena Banks and Dr. Miriam Jernigan Nailsey. These were some excellent books written by many people that many of us know that I think you may want to add to your collection and continue to share them with your children. And don't forget, the first 6 people who email to my office, mcogs@milwaukee.gov, the book that they enjoyed the most here today, will receive a prize. So again, that's mcogs@milwaukee.gov. So thank you very specifically to Akua Dantzler, my legislative assistant, as well as Joy Zanders from Dr. Martin Luther King Library for their work and diligence in helping put together today's program. And most importantly of all, thank each of you for viewing today, for participating today, and for helping to celebrate Black History Month through literature. Hopefully next year, we'll be able to join each other in person at a physical event. But in the meantime, please stay safe and continue to celebrate Black History Month.